It is noon Central Standard Time. What's up? Sponsoring Peeps. And I have some wild, crazy, hot mess hair today. I need like a clippy. I don't have a clippy here. Have samples hanging out and no clippy. How many of you guys got the card for attention? Stuff is good. Love it. I did my YouTube review on that yesterday. And I used the Booyah face wash. I like it. I mean, it stings a little bit with the red clay in it, but I like it. Like that. Some days my hair is crazy. This is one of those days. Who's on with me? I see some eyeballs, but I don't see names yet or hellos. I need hellos. Who's on? Jen Harold is on because she gave me a thumbs up. How is everybody doing? Did you catch up yesterday? Hi, Melissa. Hi, Jen. Did you guys catch up yesterday? Yes. Melissa raised her hand. Good, good, good. It was a much needed day. Jersey was home. She had 5 teeth pulled, so she was home. So I was kind of glad I didn't have to do the live. We ran around. I have 2 little teenage, well, I shouldn't say teenage, a 9-year-old birthday party and a 10-year-old birthday party coming up that I had to go get stuff for their little spa birthday party. So I used yesterday to pack a lot in and get ready for the last part of our training here. We'll have today, which is Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So kind of to Judith, hey again, girl. She was on Posh Crew. We were talking about my cute little boxes I just got in my Halloween ideas. So what was I going to say? So we have today at noon, tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow is why building your team is always the solution for your business. And then Saturday and Sunday will be 2 time changes. Tomorrow will be noon, but Saturday and Sunday will be time changes because Saturday I'm at an event all morning. And Sunday I have a little girl's birthday party at 1:30, so I need to be there early. So I'll probably go about that 10:30 time on Sunday for our last day. So the last day is a recap. We're going to talk about going forward, what we can do. So I think that'll totally work in all of your schedules. So, oh my gosh. So today we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about rejection. Rejection, I think, is kind of one of those stopping blocks for a lot of people. Yesterday, I took some time. I'm a definite quote person. And when we started this, I had you guys do that little paper up of I deserve to reach the top because, and I had you hang it up so you can see it everywhere. That's something that I do a lot. I think it helps me stay focused if I can see my goal on a regular basis. So for example, so we're going to talk about rejection, and this is how I get through rejection sometimes. I have a goal mapping that I do, and on my goal mapping are lots of things that are important to me, along with short-term, long-term goals, where I want to see my future this year. And this is something super important to do, is setting goals and keeping track of those goals. But within here are always my little sayings that keep me going. And one of them is the League of Their Own one here. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great. And that really is the center of everything I do, because nothing in life is easy. And if you've ever recognized, I know it is a lot, they talk a lot about it being a millennial thing, that millennials are lazy. And really, you know, each generation has something that just is different. But this kind of a business is hard. That's why we have high turnover. When people get in and they realize it is work, it's just like any business. A lot of them can't make it. So I really focus on, it's supposed to be hard. And if it wasn't hard, everybody would do it. So I need to relish in the hard and grow from it. But as we're talking about that, I want to talk a little bit about rejection, because that's huge, like I said, stopping point for a lot of people. So let's have this open communication real fast. We have about 5 people on right now. Tell me how it makes you feel when you're rejected. How do you feel when someone doesn't want what you offer? When someone, just type it in the comments. How do you feel when you're rejected? Me, myself, the first word that comes to my mind when I'm rejected is I almost feel embarrassed. I have that like fight or flight. Melissa, crummy, I feel crummy. Yeah, you do. You feel crummy. And it makes it kind of, I say there's things in life that are energy filling and energy depleting. Rejection is super energy depleting to me. So I can go into something full of energy and have one person reject me, and yeah, you feel embarrassed, you feel crummy, you feel deflated, you feel disappointed. Yes, Jamie, embarrassed. It's just one of those things that we all feel. If you're human, rejection hurts. And it's an emotion. It is. It's an emotion. We tie a lot to rejection to make it feel really personal, but it really is just an emotion. And it's an emotion you can teach yourself to handle better. If it's not perfectly, you can teach yourself to handle rejection better. And that's kind of what we want to talk about today. But I'm going to write these down. So with rejection, we feel crummy. We're not going to feel crummy anymore. We feel deflated. We feel embarrassed. A failure. Yeah, that's a big one, Jen. Failure. You feel like a failure. And are we a failure? No, we're not a failure, because they're not always rejecting you. They may just be not in the mood for what you have to offer at that time. So yesterday, as I kind of got off on a little tangent there, I talked about this. Always looking at your goals and always looking at why you deserve to reach the top. But along the way, one of the things that you can do, and I posted just a few examples of it, and if one of these spoke to you, I want you to print it off. Rejection is not fatal. It is merely someone's opinion. Rejection doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means the other person failed to notice what you have to offer. Right? And this one totally spoke to me. Okay? Rejection is neither an indication of value or talent. Remember that if you believe in what you have to offer, then don't stop offering it simply because some of those you offer it to reject it. Many people are simply not very good at recognizing talent or value. It doesn't mean you won't eventually find an audience that will, because rejection happens everywhere. We're in sales, so getting rejected for, someone not wanting to host, not wanting to join, not wanting to buy your products is how we face it. But people face it in the workplace all the time. Rejections everywhere. And it's almost, you need to take yourself out of that. Stop taking it as something personal and take the emotion out of it. And the faster you can take the emotion out of it, the better off that you'll be. It really does. It has nothing to do with you. When you offer something to somebody, or if someone rejects what you have to offer, you don't know what's going on in their life. And I always think about that. I think about that as I'm working with team members, working with family members, working with people outside my team, outside of Posh, is if someone has a crappy day and they are rejecting, or they're very mean to me, or they just fly off the handle about something that may not even have anything to do with me, then I can't take that personally. I emotionally can't take that personally because I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know what their financial situation is. Maybe they can't afford to buy something right now. Maybe they've had a bad experience from hosting before and they have to feel that trust and maybe attend a few things before they trust you to do a party. Maybe someone died in their family. Maybe they've been feeling sick. Maybe they're depressed. You don't know ever what the circumstances of why they're rejecting what you have to offer. They're rejecting the offer, they're not rejecting you. So the faster you can get past that, the better off that you will be. So one of the other things I often think about, and this can be kind of mean, we have people reject us all the time. I mean, there'll be, I'm a type of person that no matter what someone chooses to do for their job, because we're in direct sales and we'll have competition, we'll always have competition. And there's people out there that will make it their point to make Posh look bad or make another business look bad. And you know what? I don't take that as personal. I just brush it off. Because that person that's making fun of me, that's rejecting what I have to do, that says, you're silly, okay? You're silly for doing the job you do. Direct sales doesn't do anybody. No one makes direct sale money doing direct sales. You don't pay my bills. So let the emotion go. Focus on what you have to focus on and move ahead. Whether it's rejection, whether it's someone treating you bad, you gotta let it go. So I always love that. You don't pay my bills. If you want to pay my bills, then you can make fun of what I do. Until then, I'm gonna do what I do because it pays my bills. So, I mean, there's a lots of ways you can go with rejection, but one of the things I would love for you guys to do is make a sign and post it. It can be one of my signs or that I quote that I did. It could be something that makes you feel very empowered, that allows you to take the emotion out of that rejection and move forward. But I want you to print it out, copy it, whatever you need to do. If you're artsy fartsy, make a nice sign, and I want you to post it where you can see it. And the reason being, when it's time to do your follow-up on your pink packets, when it's time to, and we'll be talking more about follow-up, when it's time to do like your two-day, 2-week, 2-month follow-up on things, put this where you can see it, whether it's to your computer, where it's right next to your dream team or the list of people you're going through. Put this there and just remember to take the emotion out of it, you guys. It's not about you. Sometimes it's just the person and you don't know. Now, there has been times that I'm not pushy, and that's one of the things that I went into this business. I always told myself when I went into this business, I was not going to be that person that when you ran into me at Target, you ran the other way and said you were the crazy Posh lady. Okay? Didn't want to do that. But I also had to learn that there are times where you do have to ask and you have to listen. A lot of times when someone rejects you, you can always ask, well, is there a better time? Do you have a friend that maybe would be interested in trying the sample pack that I have to offer? I know sometimes it's just not the right time, and maybe they're just, yeah, Shalene, of course. Yeah, tonight, right now is just not a good time. But if you catch me in a week or two, I would definitely do that for you. Now, if I would have stopped at the no, not right now, and walked away, cried in the corner because she said no, not right now, I would have never known that in a couple weeks it would have been okay and I can contact her in a couple weeks. So don't be afraid of the no. Okay, so I want to go into a little tangent there. We were at Uncon in this book, and this author spoke, and this is called Rejection Proof. And this guy is pretty amazing. This is my next read. Right now I'm on The Leadership Style of Jesus. You should always be reading a book to help you. I'm on The Leadership Style of Jesus. And then this one is Rejection Proof, which is my next one. And it's how to get used to hearing the word no and ways that you can ask why, get an answer from someone and really figure out, it's not always a rejection. It's not always a no. There just may be something else you need to ask for them to say, well, maybe. One of the examples in here was this guy he challenged himself. He challenged himself to get 100 no's. It was 100 days of rejection. So he did some really crazy things to get rejected. And his goal was to get rejected for 100 days. And if you've ever seen, we've talked about this, the challenge of 100 no's, I can post it. It's a sheet and it's got 100 no's on it. And you challenge yourself to get 100 no's. Because I can bet you cannot go through that paper and get 100 no's without getting yeses in there. It is so, it's just, you can't. If you challenged yourself going forward after you get your pink packets out to do 100 no's, I can bet you will not get 100 no's before you get yeses. It's just the law of averages. But one of the stories in here that hit home, and I won't tell it perfectly because I don't remember it perfectly, but he walks up to a door and he's got a plant in his hand, okay, plant with roots, a bush or something like that. He walks up to the door. I mean, this is the silly, crazy stuff this guy does for rejection proof. He knocks on the door and this guy answers, and he asks the guy, ask the guy if he could plant this plant in his yard. He just asked this guy, can I plant this plant in your yard? And the guy, stands there, doesn't know him from Adam. It's like, no. And he asked why? Why? I mean, or do you have, what did he say? He asked why, or he asked some leading question. And he goes, you know what? Because I have a dog and I know my dog would chew it and eat it up or dig it up, but I'll refer you to my friend down the road. She might be able to help you because she's really good with plants and she loves to do those kind of things in her yard. Now, if he would have stopped with the no without asking a little bit more or digging a little bit deeper, he would have never known why the guy said no, that his dog would dig it up if he was to plant that in his yard. He would have never gotten the referral to the lady down the road that does plants, that he could walk down and be able to plant his plant there. So, I mean, if you're struggling with rejection and you're struggling with the ability to take the emotion out of it, if you feel like maybe this is good, but it's not going to help me. I just get so anxiety when I've got to do follow-ups and the rejection just hurts and something like this next to me won't help. Challenge yourself. If you love challenges, challenge yourself to 100 no's. And I'll print the sheet for that and put it in the files for 100 no's. Pick up this book, guys. It is great. It's amazing, Rejection Proof. And start reading it and helping yourself get the tools that you need to be able to take care of or deal with rejection a little bit better, because it is normal. We all have it. I still have it, and I have to face it daily. It's scary. It's fearful. But if you take the emotion out of it and not take it personal, it becomes a little easier. So we don't want you to feel crummy. We don't want you to feel deflated, embarrassed, or a failure. We want you to have the tools to be able to get through this and feel empowered and know that it's not about you. It's not about you at all. Let's see if we have any questions. Paul, he is hilarious. He was so funny. I I'm so excited. I'm actually going to put this on my iPad because I do more of my reading when I'm running or working out. But I have this on my table as a constant reminder that, oh my gosh, the questions he asked, my questions don't even touch on the questions he would go and ask people for his 100 days of rejection. And the one he asked to play soccer in someone's yard, he showed up at their door in his soccer outfit and asked the guy if he could come in, take a picture in his backyard with his soccer uniform on and play soccer in his backyard by himself with his soccer ball. Okay. And we're afraid to follow up with a sample, to ask somebody if they like the sample or if they would be happy to review a sample. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I could totally ask somebody about a sample because wouldn't want to walk up to a door in a soccer outfit and ask to work out in their backyard. Yeah, it's so funny. Carrie, my issue is wording things the right way where I don't sound needy or word vomit about Posh. And that is a very real thing because I think with nerves comes word vomit. Nervous, sick to your stomach, you get word vomit. So you just kind of start spilling things out to them, okay? What I want to have you do or be conscious of doing it, again, this could be writing yourself a note before you start doing it, is these are the main things like we did. We talked about what we're going to say. Okay, what are we going to say? How are we going to offer up the pink packet? And then when we're talking about follow-ups, how do I want to follow up? The thing with Posh is Posh offers us is a constant change. We always stay on trend. We always have new things coming out. We always have a reason to follow up with people. And if you don't, from Posh, have a reason to follow up with people, you can create your own reason to follow up with people. But the biggest thing, Carrie, is taking the time to relax while you do it, to take a deep breath and make sure to listen. And when you listen to what they say and what they present to you, they will direct the conversation. It's when you don't listen and take time to listen and you word vomit on them that they shut down. So if you can open your ears and close your lips or your typing just for a while and see what their questions are. Ask them, what questions do you have? What was your experience? Tell me what you liked the best. It's not about you telling them, it's them telling you. And then from that, you're able to expand on what they say. And we'll talk about that in follow-up. A lot of times with follow-up, someone will lead into, I want to join. It's not you asking. They first fall in love with the product, then they want to host, and then all of a sudden they want to become a part of your team. And it's that process that we go through of guiding them through it and listening and giving them the information that is for them, not for me, for them. What do they want out of it? Maybe she tried the wash. She tried the facial wash. She really liked it. But because you word vomited, you didn't have time to hear that. She did feel dry the next day a little bit and wondered if there was a moisturizer or something that she could use. Would you have a good suggestion for a moisturizer? So again, it's just stopping yourself from word vomiting, listening to what they have to say, and then taking what they have to say in the direction that fills their needs and not your needs. But that's so true. And it happens a lot when you're nervous. Some people have to get themselves in the zone. Okay. So if I'm going to do follow-ups and it makes me nervous, I got to get myself in the zone. Do I need my cup of coffee here? Do I need some music on? Do I need to take a walk before? Everybody decompresses and gets in the zone in a different way. So for me, I have to work out in the morning, and I have to do my follow-ups in the morning because in the morning is when I think straight. That's when I have the most energy to put into it because rejection and the fear and the way I feel is energy depleting. So I need to do it when my energy is filled. I need to do it when there's no kids around. I need to do it when I have time and it's quiet and I have something to drink and I've exercised. Then I'm in the zone to handle rejection, to follow up with people in the right way. So finding your zone, having your little reminders that it's not about you, take the emotion out of it. Those things are really, really what you need to face the fear and to know it's not about you. People are crazy. Some people say no to say no. They don't even know why they're saying no. They just say no. Move on. Okay? I hope that helps. Someone asked about the business. Any examples or combo we can cover? I have problems with this. So same thing goes with that, Jen, when you send the pink packet and you're following up and you ask them how their samples were, what they thought, and all of a sudden they start asking you about the business. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, well, wonderful. I would love to answer any questions that you have. Are there specific things that that you're thinking about? Because I can tell them about the business and there's lots of avenues about the business, but I need to, instead of throw it all at them, I need to ask them what questions do they have? Now, if I say, what questions do you have? And someone wants to know how much they need in to stay active, if I would have went into the whole spiel about we have a buy 5, get 1 free, we have vegan-based line, we have naturally based products, we get to travel a lot, we got uncons, we have a great team page. We just gave them a whole bunch of information they didn't want instead of helping them answer the question that they had. So again, it's taking the time to ask the question, to listen to what they say, and provide the information according to what questions they have. In your pink packet, you sent your why. You sent your kit information, what comes in the kit. They've went through the catalog. If they're asking you about the business, they have questions. So answer their questions according to what their questions are, not what you would tell them, okay, about the business. Does that make sense, Jen? Is that where you were going with that? Jamie, another thing I would like to do is make sure that they know the products are safe and effective for the whole family. Does anyone in your family have skin issues you need help with? Totally. I mean, one of the things that I'll say, one of the best things about Posh, you guys, you're going to love this. It is safe for everybody. Whether you are a mom that has a baby and you are looking for items or products to be able to put on your babies that are safe, we got it. You're safe. If you're 90 years old and you want an anti-aging cream or just a lotion, we're safe. Whether you're young, whether you're old, we're safe for the whole family. So let me find a product that's going to pamper you and your family's needs. So really, another one I often use is, did you know, because I do more home parties, you guys, did you know you can eat this? Right? Yeah, smells good. You can eat it, but guess what? It's not going to taste very good. So that's the other little thing that you can do when you're having a conversation about people. There goes my mom. A conversation with people is that little thing, that little joke, that little humor. Again, it needs to come from your head and your voice. I'm a jokester, so people are usually used to me joking about things. I bring that up a lot. Did you know you can eat our products? They're so safe. It doesn't say on here, not for consumption. So you could eat it, but it's not going to taste good. And I'll give examples of, it's so awesome to know that if your kid takes a big chunk bite out of a Rubby Scrubby, that they're going to be okay. Just little tips, tricks, things like that. Yeah, I totally do that too with conversations. Um, Jen, seems like they ask about the business. I ask about their questions and they deadpan on me, so I word vomit every time. So, Jen, really with that is, I'm trying to word this right. So if they don't have questions, a lot of times I will come back to them with a question. So there's many avenues of Posh that I would love to talk to you about. Are you more interested in learning more about the products and what you get from the products? Are you more interested in the things that we do at Posh? Are you more interested in doing this socially or as a business or more for the discount? When you get a feel for really what's pulling them into the business opportunity, a lot of times that will give you the cue on where to go with it. And it takes practice. I've word vomited plenty of times, but then I come back from that conversation and I'm like, yeah, I didn't need to talk about that. And that's what you always have to do. You have to self-evaluate. You have to change what you do, and you have to change it up a little bit. But I always come back with the question, so let's look at the business. There's many ways that you can do this. Are you looking to do it more for yourself and your family? Would you like to take it to work and share it? Are you thinking you'd like to do Facebook, home parties? Where do you see yourself fitting? And then that will direct me to be able to help you with business information that I think would be best help you make an educated decision, because I want to give you what you need. So things like that. Questions with a question. Yeah, dig into it, ask the questions, they'll give you the answers. People like to talk about themselves. So if you start talking about them and what they want out of it, you typically don't have any problems. They'll give you more information than you want to know, because people like to talk about themselves. Okay? All right, we're at 31 minutes. Any other questions? Any other questions? So really, take home here. What would I want you to do? What was our homework? Oh, homework. So homework for today is make a sign and post the picture below. And I want it to be something that you can keep next to your dream team where you follow up. So if one of these touched base with you, do this. A lot of times what I do when I'm searching for something like this is I'll go onto Google and I'll put in a keyword like rejection or I don't know, failure or something. And then it'll pop up in the search engine. I'll click on image. And then it'll pop up different images of that word. And a lot of times that will pop up lots of quotes and sayings. And I will go through and I'll read them and I'll find the one that resonates with me. So you want to do that. You want to find the one that resonates with you. Take a picture of it. Several of you have done this already with these, but I want you to put it in the homework section. And I want you to post it where you can see it. And then make notes on the back of this. Make notes. Tell yourself, it's not about me. They're not rejecting me. Jen, take the emotion out of it. It's not about me. Right? Right? Do some little affirmations, you guys. This really will help a bunch, I can tell you. And I will post the 100 no's. So if you want to challenge yourself to the 100 no's, I'd love to see you guys do that. So tomorrow's day 8. We're going to go at noon Central Standard Time. I've got stuff in the morning and stuff in the afternoon, but I blocked out noon for you peeps because I love you and I'm so proud of all of your hard work. Tomorrow, day 8 is why building your team is always the solution for your business. So as we're going into day 8, you're going to get some more information, more nuggets of knowledge to put into your arsenal that you can take and teach to your team, because you need to bring this in, you need to put it into action, and you need to teach your teams the same thing. But we're going to talk about why building your team is always the solution to your business. And keep posting pictures as you get your stuff for your pink packets in and you've put your pink packets in. Share your pictures. Let us cheer you on. If you're doing follow-ups, you know, get on there and say, oh my gosh, guys, I'm going to conquer my follow-ups today. I have 5 follow-ups from my pink packets I'm going to conquer today. Give me good luck. We want to. We're here to support you. That's what this group is for. It's going to be around. That's why I made it a group, so you can reference the videos, that if you're struggling with something or if you can't remember something, you can go back to the video and you can take these things and you can share them and feel confident as a leader sharing these with your team, because we want to bring in, build up, and branch out. That's what we're here to do, you guys. Bring in, build up, branch out. Kind of like a tree, right? All right. I want to thank everybody for being here today on day 7. We move on to day 8. You guys have almost conquered this, and I am so proud of you. Keep it up, and I will see you tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time. Hopefully looking better than I did today. Look at this mess. Love me anyways. Talk to you later, guys.